Hello lovely people, well you join me back at Manor Park Classics for an auction preview run around. As normal, there are so many cars. Elliot's written them down for me on the iPad. I'm going to walk you through in 3 videos. This is the first of those, so join me as we walk around and I'll tell you a little bit about the cars going through on Saturday the 9th of July. So come into this room for me as a 9-year-old would have been amazing. As a 48-year-old, it's even more amazing because I can now afford some of them. This is incredible, I've got one of these. This is a 2001 Plymouth Prowler Mulholland, very misunderstood car. This car's done 4,000 miles, is as close to new as you'll ever get. Underneath it's immaculate. Don't forget all aluminium engine on this, 253 brake horsepower, aluminium chassis, turnbuckle rear end. First production car, 20-inch wheels. This car needs nothing, absolutely nothing. It's estimated at 32 to 36. If you want one, you really do want that one. It's flawless, only word to describe it. Can we just take a moment? I am very, very excited about these lots. If you watched Starsky and Hutch as a kid or you saw the film, you'll know what these two cars are. This is the original Ford Torino replica and it's probably one of the most convincing ones I've ever seen, down to having the correct registration number from the car off the show. This car has been built with no expense spared. It's absolutely flawless. But you've also got as well the matching Ford Galaxy. Now, unusually these are going to come through as a lot. So lot 2 is 2 cars as one lot. We've estimated these at 35 to 40 grand, but I've seen these, particularly in America, go for more than 40. So you're almost buying a Torino, getting a free Galaxy. I just think that's one of the coolest lots. And just look at this, Al, just have a quick look at the details on this. It's so spot on. If you watch the show, you'll know how hard it is to get these cars exactly right, but every element of this car is exactly what you want. So if you like that show when you're a kid, you can pretend, you can play. Now this, I think, is one of the bargains of the sale. This is one of the nicest patinated trucks I've ever seen. This is a 77 Ford F100 Custom. It's only done 92,000 miles. The body is as straight as a die. It's obviously had a very easy life. And the paintwork for me couldn't be in a nicer condition. It's absolutely beautiful. A few marks and exactly as you want it to be, but not a scrap of rust. California import, loads of upgrades, the best colour, and it's got a 4 on the floor conversion that's been done really, really well. So if you fancy stirring the box while taking the kids to school because it's got a bench on the front, or taking the groceries in the back, that is a good one to buy. And this one here, bit of an eyeful for not a lot of cash. This is a 71 Ford Mustang in the Mach 1 style. It's not a genuine Mach 1, but you've got that same body shape. It's done an Odo reading of 5,400, so it's had an Odo change, I would say. Power roof, it's a Dearborn built car, and it's been in dry storage for 7 years. It needs not a lot. It's, I'd say, kind of 70, 80% perfect paint, really nice wheel choice, lovely interior. You could just spend a little bit of time finessing that and have a very expensive, very nice car. We've estimated that at 13 to 15, so not an expensive car. Talking of which, talking of Fords that look and punch above their weight, what about this thing? Now, this is very cool. You might be thinking, I can't afford a Mexico, because as we all know, Mexicos can be 40, 50, 60,000 pounds. This is an evocation, so you get all of the looks, you get the bubble arches, you get everything. And this is actually based on a 71 Ford Mexico. It's got a 2-litre Pinto engine, it's got a Mazda 5-speed gearbox, and it's been done very well. It wouldn't take, again, much detailing to make this car something really exceptional. If you look inside, it's very cool. It's been done to sort of a competition look. I personally would maybe change the seats for something a little bit earlier. And then you have got a very convincing way to get into a Mexico. Now we've estimated this car at 14 to 16,000 pounds, so probably for maybe a quarter of the price of the real thing, you can smoke around in this, and I think that's a bit of a bargain. So many cool Fords in this sale. This one, come with me. In 1990, if you had this, you were cool. 1990 XR3 cab, only done 39,000 miles. Manual car, it's got the RS7 spokes on, which I absolutely love. Fresh MOT, and just really nice. But in a world where fast Fords are loads of money, we've got this up at 7,000 to 9,000 pound estimate. So I just think that value. And of course it's sunny, it's summer, you'll have a lot of fun. Now the XR3 was cool, but what's one above that? RS 1600i. Now if you don't know, do not confuse this with an XR3i. These were a true homologation car in terms of the engine specs, the diff, all the sexy stuff these had. These really were a potent homologation machine. They didn't make many, and for that reason they're worth a huge amount of money. I have seen the top of this market for low mileage cars at 28 to 30,000 pounds. This one's only done 42. We've estimated this at somewhere between 15 and 19. That's an interesting one, great colour, all correct, graphics are correct, wheels, seats, everything's as it should be. That's one to watch. I think that's a great investment car. If you've got the money to tuck into that, I don't think you'll lose any. Another lovely two-tone. How period is this? 1988, 67,000 mile, XR3 iCab again. Really love this colour. The interior on this one is particularly nice. The seats are very taut. Sometimes you get bolster sag on these old Fords. This one doesn't have it. It's got the correct 5-spoke wheels. Roof works a treat. It's had a big audio upgrade in it. Let's see if I can see that. It's very subtle, whatever they've done. I like that. Brand new set of P600 tyres. Just had a timing belt. And 19 service stamps. So again, what a lovely car. Now, the top of the Ford Escort market, the Mexico, if you want to know what a bargain that is, come with me, because this is the holy grail of Mark 1s, and I think impeccably tasteful. So this is a 1969 Escort two-door twin cam. In other words, from an investment point of view or an ownership point of view, the one you really want. What can I tell you? Obviously, two-door shell. It's been completely rebuilt engine-wise by Peter Vaughan, twin Webers, matching Goodyears, gas adjustables, just impeccable. It's going to be a lot of money. We've estimated this one between £45,000 and £55,000, and that's because it needs nothing. It's a faultless car. All you have to do, polish it, insure it, put petrol in, just how we like them. Very, very nice car, that, and serious creds if you turn up at a Ford show. More Fords, going a little bit more 1970s. So this is a 1977 Escort 1.3 Ghia. Now this has actually been in a Ford dealer for the last 14 years. So you can imagine the quality. If you're watching this on a YouTube video, it's very, very nice. It's not perfect. Tiny little bit of discoloration on the bonnet. Probably could do with a really, really top-end detail and paint correction. You'd then have a perfect car, but it's only done 40,000 miles. And it looks like it. The seats are immaculate. Everything's there. It's beautifully original. And again, if you're looking for a car, if you don't mind a four-door, I think they look really nice. I think that's a great investment car. 11 to 13,000 pounds. And when you think that's a dealer quality car, as in a main dealer quality car, gives you some idea of how nice it is. This is lovely. I did one of these on the show. I don't know if you saw that. So we did an Alfa Romeo Giulia Sprint GT Veloce. This is a 1967 car. And I love the fact it's not in red, don't you? I think the fact it's in this beautiful yellow makes it a bit different, makes it really stand out. Roger did the pub test on 2 cars in this auction. We take all the cars for a run, check them out. We sometimes park them at the pub to see what people think. This car, more than any other, was the one that people flocked to. It's a really beautiful car that everybody likes. Had an amazing restoration that it sits in, great colour, and yeah, pull the history on this one. If you're here buying this, look online, look at the book packs, look at the bills that this car has against it. Someone has spent a lot of money, and the car is stunning. We've got up at 35 to 40 grand. The market for these just keeps climbing. I think as an alternative to a fast Ford, I think they're just a bit cooler. If you want to make yourself feel better about the price of this, go to Alfaholics, look on their website, look at the beautiful conversions that they're doing, in some cases with carbon fibre body shells, and you realise at 40 grand, that's incredible value for money, a wonderful car. Now, Alvis, this is one of my favourite cars, old money motor car. This is a 1963 Alvis TE21 saloon. It's got 10,000 showing on the Odo, one family owner from new. It's the original registration number, huge amounts of paperwork. This is a bare metal resto, and it's got full photographic evidence of the entire build as well. Stainless wires, got a ZF 5-speed, so it's a bit more modern to drive. And it's got power steering as well, electrically variable power steering. So it's almost a bit of a retro mod, really. Wonderful colour. It's got a few non-standard parts, but they're things that make it much nicer to live with and much, much nicer to drive. It's been looked after by Red Triangle, who are the guys for Alvis since 2009, and they only made 352 of these. If you're looking for a car to turn up to at a show that no one else has got, this is it. It drives faultlessly, and the best bit is all of this class, because you could turn up anywhere in this, and this just oozes old money. This is 25 to 30 grand estimate. So to me, that's an incredible amount of money. For what you can buy a new Hyundai for, you can smoke around in that. I think it's much cooler. Next car, I do love a Bentley. We've got a Bentley Turbo R, come with me. Again, kind of oozing old money estate vibes. This is an 87 Turbo R, so quick old stick, part of the Martin Buckley collection, very nice car. This has done 33,000, 15 stamps from Jack Barkley, which is very cool to have. It's all original spec. It's got the factory chrome radiator in there, and it just drives beautifully. We've driven this car. It drives exactly as you want a Bentley to do. So if you're looking for a Bentley that isn't huge amounts of money, that oozes class, is a particularly nice colour combination, We've got this one estimated at 15 to 18, and the word I'd use on that one is waft. That car just wafts. The next car, one of, if not the greatest super saloons of all time. This is the benchmark car that everybody, whenever they're trying to create a car in this class, this is the car they try to beat and try to be, but no one's managed it. 2007 BMW M5, if you haven't driven one of these yet, it has to be the best and fastest and most comfortable way to get 5 people anywhere in style. This is a very nice car. This is an 83,000 miles, so it makes it nice and price range. Semi-auto gearbox, obviously. Full history, including the 1200 mile service. It's got key reader service printouts, full factory build sheets, brand new Michelins as well, and just in lovely condition. The tiny, tiny bit of bolster wear there, which you'd expect at 83,000 miles, but this car is only 18 to 20 grand. A car that a lot of collectors have in their collections, the M5, just because it's the car you can use to do everything. Great on the motorway, use it to run to the shops, or spank everybody on a track day. Very cool car. This I like. Now, Elliot's going to have to show the interior on this because this is a BMW E46 M3 Convertible with hardtop, which is very cool and very, very rare and very expensive. But somebody went in 2002 and said, you know what I'd like with my individual paint code? I'd like a vivid blue interior. So that is a very individual specification. But I love cars like this because this is very nice with a great history. It's in very good condition. It's a manual, which is the one you want. But because it's a cab with this, you love it or you hate it, Marmite interior, this is going to be great value. This is probably one of the cheapest ways at the moment to get into a nice E46 M3. We've got this estimated at 14 to 16. Some of the coupes with more normal colours, like carbon black, they're going for into the mid-20s, even late 30s now. So that's great value, a lot of fun, and again, great car for summer. Now you'll have seen this next lot advertised. I am very excited about watching this lot go through. Lotus Carltons don't come up very often. The last one we sold here, which was a car that needed a lot of work, had MOT failure sheets, which we published with the car. That one made £55,000 plus commission. Now this one is the exact opposite end of the scale. This car, which is one of the later cars, has only done 34,000 miles. It's number 886, got its original radio with it as well, matching good years, invoices all the way back to 98, has just had new discs and pads at a cost of 1,400 quid. It's got a Lotus indoor car cover. Now, it's beautiful. It's just almost impossible to fault this car. Everywhere you look, paintwork, interior, wheels, tyres, engine, the way it drives, it's faultless. If you want one for your collection, we've estimated this one at 90 to 110,000 pounds. It's one of the best ones that's come up for sale, and it needs nothing. So do keep an eye on that. It'll be a fun lot to go through. We know that we had a huge amount of social media traffic for the last car that went through, and that was a project, so this will be exciting. Ferraris. If you want a Ferrari, the time is now, because some of what were the cost-effective ones are going up and up and up. But these are still in there. F355 GTS. It's the one you want, isn't it? So it's the Spider, so you've got the lift-out roof. It's got the manual H-gate, which again, come and look through well. So it's Rosso with Crema, which you might argue is maybe the most obvious colour combination to order a Ferrari in, but that's because they sell. If you sell a car in this combination, everybody wants to buy it. Amazing service history. It's just had a major service by Charles Hurst in Belfast in 2021. Matching set of Michelins as well, full service pack. And just what a lovely, lovely thing. These languished in the kind of 30, 40 grand for a long, long time, and now people have realised what a fantastic car to drive. I know a lot of racing drivers that have one of these in their collection, and the fact it's an H-gate, that lovely, iconic snick H-gate, lots of fun to drive, lots of fun to own. We've estimated this one at 60 to 65 because of its 22,000 mile provenance, and with an amazing history, we know that's true. So that's a good one to watch, and a lovely one to own, that one. A little bit more realistic, but no less fun, and certainly in terms of the noise it makes, this one is just as exciting. This is an MGB GT V8. So it's original spec, 5 keepers. It's been with the current owner for 25 years. It's got this lovely weather shield rollback roof, which I like as well. And it was restored in '94 with the massive invoices and photographs. It's got a full stainless steel exhaust, so it sounds as good as it looks. And what a cool thing. I think the V8s, because they're so rare, I just think are one of the coolest MGs. And the fact it's obviously an earlier chrome bumper car as well, I think that's a great car to own. We've got it estimated at 16 to 20,000 pounds, that one. And don't forget, they were only ever made 1,839 chrome bumper cars anyway, so a rare old bust, that one. The Jensen, now I've just done one of these on the show. Well, I say I've done one of these on the show. It's taken 3 years. 3 years to restore a Jensen properly. They are a very hard car to do justice to. This one you can buy and all the hard work's been done for you. So what can I tell you? Well, we reckon this is the finest example we've ever seen collectively between us. It's a 1973, same year as me. It's showing 136,000 miles. 86 on the odometer, 86,000 miles obviously. It was extensively recommissioned in 21 with a full engine rebuild, new wiring loom, and that was done by Richard Appleyard. Those guys are ace. It also had a full respray. Sit down. That cost over £20,000 because these are a lead-loaded car. To do a full respray on these is not cheap. So the paint is gorgeous. Full history file, full stainless steel exhaust, and all of its original production card and inspection seats as it went through the line. I can tell you this because I've just done it. To restore one of these properly will cost you probably 70 grand on top of the cost of the car you've bought. We've estimated this one at 50 to 60. So if you want to beat the system and get a car that just looks like 100 grand's worth, and I have seen these up for that kind of figure, for 50 to 60, Saturday is the day. It's just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, that car. Now this, I like stuff like this. This is a beautiful, so it's a Royale body on a Riley RME chassis. So underneath this gorgeous fiberglass body, which will never go rotten, is a 1954 Riley RME. And do go into the listing on this. If you're interested in this car, do not think for a second this is a kit car. It's not. It's got a fiberglass composite body, but the level of execution on the build of this, if you look at things like the switchgear, in fact, come and look at the interior. Let me get the door for you, Flower. You're going to come this side. Come this side. Look at this. Well, first of all, can we talk shut lines? Come on. My Ford Mustang doesn't have a shut line that good. So the way the doors are hung is incredible. And then look at the interior, the fit and the finish of the wood. It's just ridiculous. So this is flawless. I would imagine this has cost somewhere in the region of £40,000 to build. Based on a really nice Riley, everything has been refurbished, restored. You've got a 2.5 litre Riley engine, you've got this lovely GRP body, which I think is one of the most beautifully proportioned designs I've ever seen. The brand new radial tyres. It's amazing. It looks, doesn't it, like 100 grand's worth of car. We've got this estimated between 30 and 34. And like I say, if you did all the work yourself, it'd probably cost you 40 grand to build. Go and have someone build this as a turnkey for you. You'd spend 70. It's flawless. I love this. And again, just come and have a look out. Just come and look at the rear view at the back of this. It's got that wonderful Art Deco style. It's the nicest colour, this lovely duck egg blue as well. But just look at it from this angle. It's got little bits of 1930s chords, a little bit of Jag XK in there as well. The pub test that Roger does with cars, the only other car that scored as highly as the Alfa was this. Everybody wanted to know what it was and could they buy it. The answer is yes, you can on Saturday. Right, it's classic. It's the fish and chips of the car world, but fish and chips are sometimes the tastiest thing. This beautiful, beautiful MGB Roadster with a works hardtop with the outlet as well. 13,000 miles. This is a heritage shell, so you've got no bodywork issues. Because I love it when people do heritage shells, because you can get all the repair panels for an MGB. They're a relatively straightforward car to fix, but there's nothing like building all of those bits into a brand new shell. This has got one. New alternator, new battery. It's got a safety devices roll bar. So someone's gone for a works rally car look and feel here. So you've got roll bar, hard top, motor liter wheel, Continental tyres. Just a phenomenally cool car. Now we've got this estimated at 12 to 14 grand. Do yourself a favour if you're interested. Have a look how much a heritage shell is. You'll see what a bargain that is. That's an awful lot of car in a really lovely colourway, in a real competition look, which I think is just cool. 12 to 14 estimate on that one. One of my favourite cars in the auction. Now, did you see at Goodwood Festival of Speed, Singer did their amazing G-Series impact bumper turbo study? Everybody went mad for it. For a lot of magazines and commentators, it was the car of the show. What they basically did was create a modern take on the amazing impact bumper wide-body G-Series look. Well, here's the real thing, and at a fraction of the cost. This is not even going to cost you the deposit on a new Singer. This is a Super Sport. So what a Super Sport was is a Carrera powertrain, but with a much sexier wide body of the turbo, so you get the best of both worlds. Cheaper, easier car to maintain. Some would argue that the balance on the throttle of the Carrera is a bit more fun as well, but you get the turbo look. This is very nice because it's a Targa as well, so you can get the roof off. And of course, these are a little bit stiffer than a cab. I've got an 82 cab wide body. They're a bit floppy. The Targa, because of the hoop, is much, much stiffer. So it's actually a much nicer car to drive on the limit. Cool car, stunning spec, original everything basically. Continental tyres, it's the original iris blue, it left the factory in this, just had a fresh MOT. What can I say? Everybody knows. And again, Singer are really pushing the prices of these cars up in the market. A lovely thing. We've got it estimated 45 to 55,000. It might fetch more, but again, needs nothing, just enjoying, and it's a perfect car for summer. So that's the end of this video. There are 2 more after this, so make sure you watch them in the playlist. Make sure you've registered to bid, and even better, make sure you're here on Saturday, the 9th of July, and I'll see you there.